Bungie just announced the next major expansion in the Destiny Universe's franchise, The Forsaken. Is it enough to bring people back to the game? Check out the video. What up everybody, it's your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you do all of those things along with the notification bell so you can know the next time one of my videos go live. Now, yesterday Bungie came out and announced the new DLC The Forsaken for Destiny 2. There was a lot of moving parts to this actual DLC, so we're going to break it up into 3 parts. We're going to talk about the weapons and its systems, we're going to talk about the new Gambit game mode, which is PvE and PvE, and we're going to finish it off by talking about pricing, because there is a lot of information going around out there and some people just need to know exactly what they're paying for when they buy this DLC. So let's start with those weapons. First, can you say that random rows is coming back? This is something that the community has been desperately looking forward to ever since they started talking about it about 2 months after Destiny 2 release. This is something that the game desperately needs, but the one thing that I really think they should do is add more perk diversity. If they do not do that, then this whole random roll conversation isn't going to matter one bit. They did announce that the new mods 2.0 will be dropping with this DLC, so maybe that is the way that they're going to make your weapon feel like the weapon you want it to be. The one thing that always stuck in my head at the reveal of Destiny 2 was when Luke Smith came out and actually said that when you get your 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th version of the Better Devils, you are going to see that weapon improve and get better with every subsequent drop after that. That is something we haven't seen in Destiny as of right now, so I think mods 2.0 is going to be the thing that actually fixes that issue that we have. So the more exciting thing that I think they're doing to the weapons are the weapon system changes. Not only are they giving us back our old special, heavy, and primary slots, they actually iterated on that. They didn't want to go back to the madness of Destiny 1. They didn't want to take away your ability to have double primaries and a power weapon, but if you wanted to go super crazy with it, you can just go 3 shotguns and it would just basically share from an ammo pool. We don't exactly know how that's going to work as of right now. I wish Bungie would have came out and actually clarified that information, but it looks like we are getting exactly what we wanted and more. I could just imagine the Crucible being on fire when people are able to run around with the loadouts that they deem fits their playstyle. You want an SMG or double SMG? Run that loadout. You want to have triple shotguns, or you want to have a sniper and 2 shotguns? Run that layout. I think this is going to be something that Bungie is really going to have to monitor though, because I think this is a really great idea in the PvE landscape, because it allows you to have a little bit more of an easier time with some of those in-game activities, because you'll always have more powerful weapons to deal with the combatants. But in PvP, it can get a little overhand. So it really just comes down to how they restrict the ammo in that situation, and I think this will be a welcome change to Destiny if they do it right. Now with that out of the way, let's move over to Gambit, which is the name of the new PvP and PvE environment. This is going to be something that you queue into inside of the Crucible playlist, and it's not going to be something in the regular rotation. You're actually going to have to instance into this version of the Crucible, and this is something that I think Destiny desperately needed. Ever since 343 announced the Halo 5 game mode Warzone, I believe this was something that will be right at home for Bungie in Destiny 2. Now, as of right now, we don't know how this game mode works. We will see it at E3 in 2018. We don't know what press conference we'll see it at, but we do know this is going to be playable on the show floor when Bungie releases all of the information about this new game mode and how it's going to affect you as a Guardian and the reason it's going to be a part of the game. Now, the final part of this video is going to be about the DLC and its pricing. This is something that a lot of people have an issue with, and they don't feel like they should have to pay for content that should already have been in the game. But we're going to break down what you get for free and what you're actually paying for, just so we can have the information out there. So let's talk about the pricing. Bungie has not put a price on the DLC yet, but if you go over to the PlayStation Store, you can see that the game by itself, the expansion, will be $40. If you want to buy the annual pass later, it's going to be $30. If you buy it all together, $70 is what you're going to pay. Now, a lot of people are seeing that $70 and saying, so I got to pay $70 to actually get everything that should have been in the game day one to actually fix it? No, you do not have to do that. You can buy stuff separately. You can buy it all together. together. It really just comes down to you if you want to pay that money up front or not. Now, there's one thing I really want to stress to everybody that's interested in Destiny and want to come back, but the pricing is really pulling them off. You are not paying for everything to be in this expansion. Some of this stuff is going to come to you just because you own Destiny 2 regardless. So these are going to be some of the things that you're actually going to receive when the Forsaken DLC drops on September 4th of 2018. Gear collections. This is going to be something that you're going to get without even owning the DLC because it's part of the update overall. In-game triumphs. This is basically moments of triumphs from year 3 of Destiny. You're going to get this into your system. It's going to give you a wealth of things to do. It's basically like the record book. And guess what? This is going to be part of the DLC, but you don't have to pay for it. It's just going to release on that day. Weapon slot changes. That's going to be a part of the DLC too, but you're not going to have to own the DLC to actually get the weapon slot changes. That's going to be universal across all games and nobody's going to be left behind on that. Weapon randomization roles. Same thing. Part of the DLC, but you don't have to own the DLC for that to actually take place in your game. Mod system update. Mods 2.0. Same thing. Don't have to own the DLC to actually get that. Bulk shader deletion. You don't have to own the DLC to do that. Now we get to the first thing on the list that you are required to own the DLC for, which is the new Crucible game mode, Gambit. That is going to be something you have to have the DLC to play. The 4 new Crucible maps, you're going to have to own the DLC to get that. 200 additional vote spots. Guess what? It's going from 300 to 500. Guess what? Do you think you have to own the DLC to get that? I think not. You're going to just open up your game on that day and voila, you're going to have 200 extra spots to your vote, bringing it up to 500. That's going to be awesome. And you're getting that for free. Don't have to pay for anything. In-game lore section inside the game. You ain't got to pay for that. Finally, we're getting new bounties in Destiny 2. You're not going to have to buy the DLC to get that. That's going to be something that will be added to the game for everybody that actually wants to play because it's going to be part of the systems of the DLC, not actual content in the DLC. And Power Matters in Iron Banner and Trials. Now, that one I'm up in the air about. Iron Banner, normally you don't have to own DLC for it, but if power is going to matter, you may have to. Power really never mattered in Destiny 2 when it came to PvP. You only really cared about power to get as high as you can for the raid, and then once you knocked that out 1 or 2 times, you were good. Didn't have to worry about power level no more. Some people didn't even pay attention to what their light level was, but I do think by them bringing this back, it will bring the conversation about what light level are you back. That is something I really haven't even heard in Destiny 2. Now that is just a few of the things that you can get with the game when you pick it up on September 4th. There was a lot of information in this video, so I'm sorry if I just rambled and ran through it really quick. Just wanted to get the information out there so people can understand what they're actually paying for and what they're going to be getting with the DLC without purchase. Now there's one last thing I do want to talk about, and it's the one thing that I really don't think they should be doing, and that's charging people for the past DLCs to play the new DLC. There is a lot of people out there that didn't buy either Curse of Osiris or Warmind. Warmind was the more popular DLC. Curse of Osiris did add some stuff to it when it came to story, but a lot of people probably skipped over that one. The fact that you're making people have to own that version of the game is adding anywhere from 20 to 35 bucks to someone's purchase if they only got 1 to 2 of the pieces of the DLC. That should not be the thing. One thing that I do agree with people on is a lot of this stuff should have been implemented in the game before, and I do feel like 40 bucks for the Forsaken and the annual pass being 30, that is, I wish it was free, but I can understand how Bungie needs to make money on this product because they did put a lot of hard time into actually making this. People are going to say that this definitely should have been in the game. And when it comes to the older DLC stuff and I'm making them pay for it, I am 100% in agreement with them. They shouldn't have to pay for old content to play the new content. That is just adding more fire to the conversation for a lot of people that would have came back for this DLC to not buy it. Bungie, you need to do something about that. That needs to be something that needs to be removed, or just heavily discount the 2 previous DLCs for Curse of Osiris and Warmind to actually make it easier for people to buy it and not really complain much about it, because that's the one sticking point about this whole announcement that I definitely agree with other people on. You should not be buying old content to play the new content. Don't Don't do that to people, Bungie. You did right by Warmind by allowing people that didn't own Curse of Osiris to still take part in a lot of the stuff going on in Destiny. Don't allow this expansion to be ruined because people don't have the previous 2 expansions to actually enjoy everything that you're bringing us in year 2 of Destiny 2. So as most of you guys can guess, I'm definitely going to purchase the game with the annual pass. I didn't say it earlier, but the annual pass does come with 3 expansions inside of it. They already said they're not going to be long story based expansions with cutscenes. They're going to be basically things that's going to be added to the game to actually make this game a hobby. So those 3 expansions are going to be Joker's Wild, it's going to be Black Armor, and it's going to be the Penumbra. Those are going to be the ones that you're going to be looking forward to over the course of year 2 of Destiny 2. So if you're like me, you're going to pick up the annual pass and the Forsaken DLC. I don't suggest everybody do that. Everybody go your own way with this one. Some people really need to take a wait and see approach to see how this DLC lands before they put any more money down. Destiny is not just a game, it's a hobby. It's more of a hobby for me than it is a game. I pick up this game every day and do something in it. It's part of my life, it's part of a ritual for me. It's the one game that I always go back to when there's nothing else to play. And honestly, that says a lot because I have a lot of games to play, but I just love the way the systems feel in Destiny and the gameplay is amazing. And just the community you can build in that game. So if that's for you, pick it up. If it's not, take that wait and see approach. Wait for people like me, for other people that you trust in the community to make videos on it. You know, form your own opinion of the DLC before you buy it. That doesn't mean you have to go out and pre-order it. You can wait. There's no problem with that. And if you're one of those people that like to hate on the game, why hate on it? Why are you even watching this video at this point? You're really just watching it to say you don't like Destiny and say that this isn't for you, but you already knew that before you came to the video. And before you even got this far in the video. So I don't want to hear that. I think everybody is a fan of Destiny to an extent, and I just think we all want this game to be better. I think this marks the first time in a very long time we've seen Destiny actually get where we want it to be. And hopefully Bungie really hits home with that, because that's going to be the thing that can make this game and break this game. But guys, like I always say, what are you interested in? Is this something that's going to bring you back to the game? Are you going to be picking up the DLC with the annual pass? Let's talk about that all in the comment section. And the second thing I always say, make sure you like this video, sub to the channel if you haven't, like this video if you like the content. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications, gonna let you know the next time one of my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'm gonna talk to you in the next video. Peace.